Hello there! This video is for aspiring artists. Join me, children. Always start with a layer of solid color, on which I cast a shadow with multiply layer, from which I slowly cut out the direction of the light. There are two types of light sources. Primary light source, direct light, and reflected light. Light reflects off of pretty much everything, and the color can vary depending on what the light is reflecting off of. Try to keep that in mind when you're working. I'm moving between red and orange tones. Try to keep it less saturated in light. We don't want any dramatic shadows yet. Adding depth with more multiply layers. I'm rendering around the eyes and adding more shadows into them, which creates the illusion of depth. I wanted to make her skin glow, so I added a new layer and drew some light tones in. Basically, to create the depth, you have to go between shadows and light. Come back to the shadow, go back to the light, and move in between them until you get the desired depth of an illusion in your artwork, until you make it seem like it's 3D. As I would say, run for your lives, children. You can see I casted a shadow from her bangs and on her chin. Oh, and if you're not happy with how the color of the shadow looks, you can always adjust it with curves. That's the little setting with the magic wand in Procreate. I used the cheat code right here. So gather up, children, it's time for confession. The first time I draw in digital art was in Ibis Paint, and it was because the app is completely free and you can download it even for Android. The best part about the app that you can find brushes online with a QR code and you can upload them, and people create really great brushes. So I had one that was for hair and I didn't like the one that I have in Procreate. So I basically uploaded the artwork into the app and drew over it on a new layer, which I exported, and then I uploaded it on my artwork in Procreate and switched on the multiply settings. That was the end of the day for me, and with that the bomb has been planted. Day 2 was again about light reflection and secondary shadows. She has no idea what she's talking about. So I erased a little bit around the further side of the face and defined the shadows a little bit more, so her glare really stands out. Casted a shadow under her nose, and here I'm using curves for her cheeks so she looks more alive, putting more redness in her cheeks. Moving on to the bright side, I blended the lights hitting her skin for the skin rendering, and then I reflected more light off of her arm. I deepened out some of the areas around her face, like her lips and her eyes. Threw some more jewelry on her, gave her a nice chain, and started drawing highlights. How did I get here? After some mild adjustments, this is where I ended up, and I made her fit in the room a little bit more, play around with the shadows and the highlights, and this is the finished product. Thanks so much for watching, and have at it.